How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Monday, November 16. It is almost Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot believe it because, man, this just comes to show that this year has gone by so fast. It is insanity. But anyways, we still have a lot of good stuff to talk about on today's show, so now let's get to it. Now, let's start off with President Donald J. Trump. So apparently, President Trump says somebody is responsible for bringing white nationalist Nick Fuentes to dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and that special someone is Kanye West. Okay, so Trump was defending Tucker Carlson's recent interview with Fuentes, which has caused backlash among Republicans when he went down memory lane and things got funny fast. So apparently POTUS awkwardly referred to Kanye only as somebody who, unbeknownst to him, invited Fuentes to Mar-a-Lago a couple years ago for dinner. Trump then quickly identified that somebody as Ye. Okay, so Trump tried to distance himself a bit from Fuentes, claiming he had no clue who Fuentes was before he showed up at his doorstep with Yeezy and set off a firestorm in the GOP, drawing criticism from Mitch McConnell and others. Okay, so in a quick interview with reporters at Palm Beach International Airport Sunday night, Trump also said Tucker should be able to interview whoever he wants, no matter their political views, to get the word out and let people decide. This is insanity, ladies and gentlemen, that this is going on here because Trump is somebody that wants people to interview basically other people that are saying good things about the Republican Party. Okay, I don't think he's that kind of person that wants people, especially people from the red media, to be interviewing Democrats and to be interviewing other people that are opposing towards the Republican Party, especially towards the MAGAs. I think that this is very hypocrite of Trump actually to be saying that Tucker Carlson should be able to interview whoever he wants, okay? And I think it's very hypocrite of him because not only he is that kind of person that wants Tucker Carlson and other people to be interviewing just the MAGAs and just the red people, but also Trump is that kind of person that also he wants to just see that a lot of people are trashing the Democrats. He wants to see that other people are trashing the people that are opposing to him, you know? So that's also another thing. And I'm also noticing here that Trump is also the same person that has been wanting to hide the Epstein files for so many months now because of the fact that he is somebody that, you know, has been keeping very silent about the fact that there are stuff going on in between those Epstein files. And he is also that kind of person too that is basically nervous, I believe deep down. I can kind of tell that the Epstein files are being highly said by so many people out in the media and so forth that now he's over here saying, oh yeah, well, I would love for everybody to be releasing those Epstein files already because the Epstein files have nothing to prove on what I did with Jeffrey Epstein and so forth, when we all know that Jeffrey Epstein and Trump were besties and they did a bunch of dirty work together and in doing so many evil things towards women and towards many other people. Okay, I think that once these Epstein files get to be released, by the way, because of the fact that now I believe the White House has voted that the Epstein files have to be released now. I believe that now we're going to be seeing the huge proof on what Trump actually did with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. God forbid that, you know, there was something behind those Jeffrey Epstein files that got erased by somebody in the MAGA family, you know, just so Trump won't end up getting exposed at all. You know, I'm hoping that all of the things that happened in the past are there, okay? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I really think that we need to be exposing all of the dirty work that Trump has been doing and all of the dirty work that Trump did in the past, especially. Because if we're not going to be exposing all of the things that this man did in the past, then unfortunately, this man is going to continue to be looked at as the superhero. He's going to be looked at as the great president. He's going to be looked at as the great person and so forth. When in reality, he is none of those things. In reality, he is a huge embarrassment to our country. Y'all can disagree with me on this one. I don't really give a damn at all, but that is just what I'm thinking here, especially because he is the same person that got to sign a letter. I think it was like a birthday card letter, I believe, when he got invited to Jeffrey Epstein's birthday party, I believe, like many years ago, where it shows a photo of a girl's vagina, or I believe like a sign of a girl's vagina on there, and Trump got to sign on it, and then Trump got to deny that it was his signature and it's all fake. But in reality, he actually did do it because of his huge obsession with women, because of how much of a predator he is into wanting to rape women and having to do a lot of evil things towards women, along with Jeffrey Epstein. So there's also that. So we cannot just sit here and just act like, everything is going to be cheesy peachy with these Jeffrey Epstein files now that they're going to be released. No. So this is just a bunch of insanity, ladies and gentlemen, after all. And you know what? I believe that Kanye West is going to be one of those people that is definitely going to be very mad if, there is going to be a bunch of things out and about with these Jeffrey Epstein files. That's just what I think here, because I think that Kanye West unfortunately still supports Trump, and since Kanye West still supports Trump, Kanye West is there to be defending Trump and is there to be siding with Trump in anything. And it's so embarrassing. So, man, I don't know how this is going to end up, but anywho, on to the next topic. So Tekashi 6ix9ine's home was under so much trouble last night because unfortunately they got to break into that home and they got to steal so many things. And to make matters worse, Tekashi 6ix9ine's mother was in the house, and one of the burglars was basically threatening Tekashi 6ix9ine's mom to not be doing anything, that she was just standing there frozen, scared to death, while the burglars were going around stealing stuff in Tekashi 6ix9ine's home. And Tekashi 6ix9ine's dog was wandering around the house, not doing anything, and I believe the dog was a pit bull. And clearly, I believe that dogs are supposed to be the bodyguards of people's homes, but clearly in this case, it was not the case. Okay. Clearly, I think that Tekashi 6ix9ine is kind of to blame for all of this, because Tekashi 6ix9ine, as we all know, has been a freaking troublemaker throughout the past several years now. He was charged with crimes like racketeering and burglary probably, and a bunch of other horrendous things. And of course, he was in gangs, and then he has been in prison for so many times now, and he is just a reckless type of person that unfortunately cannot get his own damn life straight. And because of all of this, a lot of people hate him, and a lot of people are going after him, that now look what just happened. Okay, and yes, I believe that he definitely should have not gone through that situation where his house was being invaded by burglars and his own mom was being harmed almost. But, that's just what happens, like I said, when you are in so much trouble with the law and you're doing a bunch of reckless things in life and so forth. You just have people go after you, and it's scary. And now I don't even know what Tekashi 6ix9ine is going to be doing now, because unfortunately all of the things that these burglars got to be getting out of his own damn home, they are gone for good, because these burglars, they're just really good at stealing and they're really good at hiding. And I mean, the only thing that he can do is report it to the cops, and that just happened, I believe it was Tekashi 6ix9ine's mother actually that got to report it to the cops. But at the same time, what can the cops do? I mean, the only thing that they can do is chase these burglars down, and that's it. And unfortunately, it's going to be hard for these cops to be tracking them down because of how good the burglars are at going away. Because at the same time, let's remember that they went off in a getaway car just like that. And when these burglars are going off in a car just like that, I mean, clearly they are really good at hiding in certain places too. I mean, they're really good at hiding in certain places where, cops can't even imagine where they're at. They are really good at hiding their own images. They are really good at hiding so many things that have anything to do with themselves, because, they are just, those kind of people that are really good at stealing things, and they're really good at hiding themselves. And I'm hoping that they get to be caught by the authorities, and that Tekashi 6ix9ine and Tekashi 6ix9ine's mom gets to recover all of the things that got stolen from these a-holes, because hey, at the end of the day, they deserve to get their stuff back. But it's, one of those things, though, where I believe that Tekashi 6ix9ine and Tekashi 6ix9ine's mom is going to have to get a freaking security guard, or maybe 10 security guards around that damn house, in order to bodyguard that damn house so well, so that way no more intruders can end up getting into that damn house. Because, I mean, that is like the only way, because if they're going to be hiring a bunch of security guards, trust me, I'm sure that there isn't going to be any damn psycho intruder getting into that damn house anymore, and everything is going to be better. But, oh well. This really saddens me in all levels, and that's all I have to say about this. And what's even more scary, by the way, is that Tekashi 6ix9ine's mother was about to get harmed, because we're talking about 4 gunmen. We're not just talking about burglars, okay? Okay, so I'm also really glad, by the way, I'm really glad that Tekashi 6ix9ine's mother did not get harmed, and that she also did not get killed at all, since there was 4 gunmen in that house. Okay, I'm glad she's okay, and that's all that matters. That is all that matters, okay? That's all I have to say. Now on to the next topic. So Kim Zolciak, ladies and gentlemen, is not outside of the spotlight, because apparently the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kim Zolciak is finally speaking at length about daughter Ariana Biermann's breakup with longtime boyfriend Hudson McLaury. She says the split is ultimately for the best. So while fielding questions of BravoCon over the weekend, Kim said, "I've known them forever and ever. I love them, but they need to grow. They've been together on and off for 10 years and they're just going in different directions." So when she says she's known them forever, she means it. Hudson and Ariana were born in the same hospital, only 8 hours apart. So as you can imagine, the families are close, and according to Kim, that hasn't changed. So Kim said they're friends. I don't ever see them not being friends. To be honest, they're best friends, actually. Okay, so Ariana backed up her mom's sentiments during a separate BravoCon Q&A, saying, "I'm the happiest I've been in a while." And apparently, while the breakup was Ariana's decision, she says Hudson is doing pretty well himself. She said it was very amicable and not in a bad place. "I think you just outgrow people, and that's what happened. That's understandable." The now 24-year-olds had been together off and on since they were just 14. Okay, so this is very insane that Kim Zolciak's daughter broke up with her longtime boyfriend, and now Kim Zolciak is basically making opinions and comments about this, because let's be realistic. Kim Zolciak already went through a very wild relationship and marriage with her man, and now she is divorcing that man, or I believe the divorce already got finalized. And speaking from someone that went through something like that and now is making opinions about her own daughter going through this breakup is actually really awkward. And the reason why it's really awkward is because, first of all, Kim Zolciak was the one that caused the marriage in between her and Kroy Biermann, because of her gambling addiction and her irresponsibilities with the finances and so forth. And I think that someone that is as toxic as that, to be making opinions about her own daughter breaking up with her own longtime boyfriend, which, by the way, her daughter, I believe, is a really good daughter. She is nothing like her mother. Is just coming to show that, she might have these feelings of like, okay, well, you know what, this daughter of mine, she is nowhere as good as me. She is nowhere as amazing as me. So I might as well, make these down comment opinions about her that basically, my daughter and her boyfriend need to grow, and that they have been together on and off for 10 years and blah blah blah. Yes, of course Kim Zolciak is the mother of Ariana Biermann, but I mean, it's just so weird and it's so darn awkward that she is just saying something like that, like, oh my god, well, yeah, they need to grow and blah blah blah, when in reality this woman herself, Kim Zolciak, hasn't grown at all from her own damn marriage. That look at her now that she is divorcing, or maybe now she has already finalized a divorce with this man, Croy Bierman, because of the fact that she was going off doing her crazy things. So I mean, I believe that it really takes somebody that, you know, is a way better person than Kim Zolciak to make some opinions and judgments on that, than somebody that is, you know, weird and crazy and that is just atrocious like Kim Zolciak to be going off making opinions like this, like, oh my god, well, so and so needs to grow and this and this, and but I myself, you know, am someone that has made so many mistakes in the past, you know. Like, I feel like the first thing that Kim Zolciak should have said instead is been like, okay, well, you know what? My daughter is, you know, somebody in life that should grow. I'm not should grow, that is amazing and so forth. And, you know, things happen in life. Things happen in life. And oh well, okay? And that's it, you know? Like, just keep it short, keep it cute, keep it cool, and that's all I have to say. But anyways, that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely episode of the Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.